everyone on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, smash that bell notification, hit that Cash App right down there in the description box if you want to continue and support your boy Chambo and continue and support free speech, because we don't know how much time we got left with this shit. Hey, bro, you ever notice that when you point out black on black crime or give the data on black crime, period, these narrative shifting black supremacists and these lunatic supporters of BLM will always use the same fucking rescuing device over and over, man? What they say is, we don't need to focus on those things because black offenders, black murderers, black rapists, etc., they always get put in jail, so we don't got to worry about them. How many times have you heard this asinine response? A million, right? They say blacks rarely, if ever, get away with the crimes they commit. But cops and white people, on the other hand, frequently are not held accountable for their actions. This is an outright fucking lie and dog shit logic of epic proportions. But let's get into why it doesn't actually stand up to intellectual scrutiny at all, you fucking guppies. Before I begin, I would like to shine some light on what it is that these supremacists are actually trying to accomplish here. They want to set a landscape for themselves that is above reproach and cannot be questioned. They never take accountability, of course not. They only play one role. You know what that role is that they play. The only role that they play is fucking ding, 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 victim, baby. Let's play the fucking victim. And they're good at playing that. If you ever try to question anything they do, criminally or otherwise, you will be the bad guy. You will be a racist. Black women do this shit all the time in reverse. They won't allow themselves to be put in any type of vulnerable or compromising position where they ever have to admit they do anything wrong or that they lost. I know this for a fact, okay? A good example of this is when you see two black women arguing over a man. Even if one girl thinks that the dude is actually her man, and she's actually in her heart sad that he cheated on her, she will never admit the shit. She will say, well, she'll tell the other bitch this. Well, at least when he's done fucking me, he's gonna go home to your ass, and you're the one who has to deal with him. It's always about setting the parameters to ensure one's own insecurities are never uncovered. Win at all costs, baby. Win at all costs. Even if that fucking win is illogical and fucking retarded. Now, let's get into this. You guys heard about this little boy, right? Terrible, sad story. Cannon Hinnant. Rest in peace, man. Fuck, this shit broke my heart. He was shot in the back of the head, execution style, by a black scumbag piece of shit the other day for just riding his bike. Let me ask you, do you think it would hurt Nick? I'm sorry, Nick. I got Nick Cannon on my fucking mind because also fuck Nick Cannon. Let me ask you, do you think it would hurt Cannon's mom more if she knew he was killed by the police? Fuck no, it wouldn't. Her hurt is imaginable. Her hurt is already at a goddamn level 100. It can't get any worse, okay? And I would argue it actually hurts more when your loved one is killed by someone close to you or that lives in your own neighborhood or community. People grieve the loss of loved ones differently. Some are more outraged when someone who is supposed to serve and protect you commits the murder, and some are more outraged when it's a family member or relative or someone that you trust that's close to you does the killing. It's all subjective. But here's where the facts start to separate the truth from the fiction for these retards. The hood, baby, has no formal 12-man jury that can sentence someone to prison or put him behind bars. They either kill the killer in retaliation, or the motherfucker walks free every time. The United States of America, on the other hand, the greatest country on planet Earth, well, we put you in front of your peers and let them decide your fate after hearing all the evidence and all the facts from both sides. Here's the kicker, though. It's not just white people who get this. It's not just white people who get to go in front of their peers. No. It's also blacks and Hispanics, Asians, etc. It's for everyone. It's the opposite of fucking systemic racism. It's actually systemic equality. Our peers get to decide what all of our fates will be despite our skin color. This is fucking perfect. Unlike the hood, which is shit. We need to be telling everyone white lives matter. Go ahead, get mad at me. Go ahead, get mad at me. We should be telling everyone white lives matter instead of black lives. Why you say this, Chambo? Well, is it because that white lives are more important? Fuck no, that's not why. It's because blacks are actually killing more whites than whites are killing blacks. I think black people killed 514 white people last year, and white people only killed like 234 blacks, some shit like that. Go look it up. Yet, and still, blacks only make up 13% of the population, so add that in your fucking equation. Now sit back and think for a minute. 13% of the population is doing that? Is killing more white people than white people are killing blacks? Sit back and think about that for a minute and understand how fucking insane that is. And that's why you need to be chanting White Lives Matter, because apparently some people don't fucking know. But you won't hear Cannon Hannon's name from the NBA, NFL, MLB, soccer, etc. No one will write his name on the back of their fucking jersey, huh? Or paint it on their court. No NFL player will have it on the back of his helmet, huh? No national liberal news outlet will make it a headline story. Nah, no black celebrity, athlete, or entertainer will mention it or come out and say it's terrible. Never. They're not going to do it. No one's going to take a knee for it. Nothing. You know why? Because it doesn't fit their black supremacy racist narrative. They're all pathetic, man. Not only will these BLM idiots, never call out places like Chicago, Baltimore, or New York, but we also see that they won't even call out their own people to be more accountable, to be more morally righteous, or even to denounce the killing of white people. Nope, sorry, none of that fits their fucking narrative because they're single-minded fucks. And they're single-minded fucks that have a black supremacy narrative. Let's just paint it. Let's just call it what the fuck it is. Let's get into some more facts, because the false narrative is exhausting that these racists continually peddle and push. So the truth is, tons of black murderers do in fact get away. You ever heard of the immoral no snitching mantra that exists all over throughout every fucking inner city in the country? Yeah. Police can't even do their fucking jobs because no one will give up the fucking criminals. Upwards of 40% of black homicides go unsolved every year because the community has fear of retaliation that the killers or gangs will come back and get them and kill them next. Or they believe the investigation unit is corrupt. So instead of turning the killers in, what do? They let the killers go free and face zero consequences. Which also more times than not leads to repeat offenders who kill more people, since these animals are left to hunt in the streets instead of being behind bars where they belong. And yes, I said fucking animals, because any murderer left on the street, well, guess what? To me and any other logical human being on earth, he's fucking animal. Now, 6% of the population, 6% of the population, I think black males 18 to 30 or some shit, they commit over 50% of the violent crime in the whole country. Blacks, on a total, are only 13% of the population, but kill over 6,000 people a year. So truth be told, if we're going to be telling anyone that lives matter, we should be telling black people that lives matter. And then holding them accountable instead of running away saying, oh, we can't talk about them. We can't question them because we don't want to be labeled a racist. So they just get away scot-free. Setting up the fucking landscape to never be able to face scrutiny, to never be able to be questioned. Let me say this too. Hypothetically speaking, if you had millions of kids, let's just say you had millions of kids, would you be more mad if the mayor of your city killed one of your kids and he got away with it? Or would you be more mad if your neighbors killed 500 of your kids and 200 of them got away with it? Now that might be a bad comparison. Let's actually use the real data. 13 unarmed blacks were killed by cops last year. Only 13. But 2,500, that's 2,500 blacks were killed by other blacks. And another 40% of black homicides went unsolved. So would you be more mad if, for example, 5 of those, let's say 13 cops walked away scot-free? Or would you be more mad that thousands of your kids were killed and then thousands of the murderers then walked scot-free? Which would make you more mad? Clearly, if you're not a fucking guppy, the second one. So while it's good to hold police accountable, and I'm all for holding police and bad guys accountable, let's all hold those bad apples accountable. And let's have justice served. This false outrage and bullshit, fake narrative and double standard nonsense need to fucking stop, man. It needs to cease. So when you point out to a black supremacist or BLM member that they are morally bankrupt because they don't care about black on black crime or black on white crime, because me, guess what? I care about all fucking black people, not just the ones who fit a certain narrative. And then these people, they give you their cookie cutter response of, well, those offenders go to jail. Cops and bad white people don't go to jail. I want you to remind them that that is a fucking lie. Most all white murderers go to jail. Just look up the number of white homicide victims, then the percentage of white on white murder, then correlate that to the percentage of homicides that go unsolved. You will quickly notice less white people get off. And the truth is, we see that black murderers actually get away at an alarming fucking rate. It's insane. They're never caught and also get away with never facing any justice, far more than cops who unjustly kill citizens do. Not to fucking mention black people are killing way more of your babies than cops are. So your outrage doesn't hit the mark when it comes to prioritizing the real big issues. The only one hunting down anyone in the inner cities are blacks, not cops. You have a way higher chance of getting killed by a gang member or another black person in your city than a fucking cop, dude. Again, 13 unarmed blacks all last year were killed by cops. But there's 42 million blacks in the entire country. What kind of fake fucking outrage is this, man? Do we live in an upside down world? You're more likely to get hit by lightning or a UPS truck than to be unarmed and black and get killed by the fucking police. But you're going around marching and people taking knees and writing shit on the back of their jersey and on the courts and all this crazy shit over that? So calm down with your fake outrage, racist, bullshit, black supremacist narrative. You just want to put Whitey in his place. Let's stop this little dance. Let's just paint it for what it really is. You want to get payback and replace his old supremacy for your new black supremacy. That's all it ever was. We all know that. Terry Crews knew that. Herschel Walker knows that. We all know that, man. And last but not least, don't forget, BLM is a black supremacist terror organization hell-bent on destroying America. They want to tear it down, then try to, well, they don't even know how to rebuild, so I don't know what the fuck they're going to rebuild it with, but it's crushing black people and should be dismantled immediately. Keep the fathers in the home. I love you, man. I'm the Atheist Killer. Don't forget to check out Theistic Essentialism online. And until next time, man, stay safe. I'm out of here, bro. Peace. And last but not least, I'd like to say this before I go. If your people are killing all of our fucking people, I don't give a fuck if they're put in jail. I don't give a fuck. Stop killing my fucking people. I don't give a fuck if they're put in jail or not, because still the child or my loved one or whoever the fuck it was still fucking killed. So stop fucking doing it. And show outrage that it was done. Don't just show outrage if the person was put in jail or not. Show outrage that it was fucking done, and it continues to be done at an extremely high level every fucking year, because whether or not the offender or the criminal, whoever the fuck gets put in jail, whether or not that happens, you're still fucking killing our babies at an alarming rate. And I want to see some fucking outrage. I want to see some fucking knees being taken. I don't give a fuck who was put in jail. I don't give a fuck about that. What I want you to do is fucking stop killing people.